Hey friend, I'm Meagen Berquist, and I'm a small-town teacher who found that I wanted to live more sustainably in 2016. There weren't many sustainable alternatives in my area, so I founded Stella and Sol Sustainables to remedy that. If Google and Pinterest University have left you overwhelmed and unsure of where to go or what to do, you've come to the right place. I'm passionate about giving you the tips, tricks, and education to help you along your journey towards reducing your waste and maximizing your impact. Join me as I explore home, health, and the environment in pursuit of a balanced eco-life. In this podcast, I share my ups and downs along the zero-waste journey while giving you realistic, actionable steps towards an eco-friendly life that works for you. This is Zero Waste Simplified. All right, welcome to Zero Waste Simplified, Eco-Friendly Living Broken Down. Now, I'm sure that so many of you heard, if you have made your way here, about zero waste, and you're thinking, oh, zero waste, what the heck? What the actual heck is that? It's a lot less terrifying than it actually sounds. So a couple definitions to start off with. Zero waste is a movement whose motive is to produce as little waste as possible, specifically focusing in on reducing your plastic waste. We will get to plastic waste later in the episode. Low waste is a very similar thing, but focuses on a more holistic view of this. I will use these interchangeably, but know that there is a little bit of a difference. One huge thing. Zero waste is not a true possibility. We live in what is called a linear economy. A linear economy is where we take stuff from the ground or the trees or something from our environment, and we take that, we go to manufacturing, it's shipped to the store, we use it, it goes in the trash. That is the model that our society and specifically our economy is focused on and the way that it's working. That said, a true zero waste society would actually follow what is called a circular economy. We still need those original resources in order to make the stuff that we get and need to live. But instead of thinking, oh, I will throw this out when I'm done with it, it's done so that you have the end goal in mind. For example, all of my products are designed so that they can be composted at the end of their lives. They go back into the earth. You don't have to worry about it being here 5 million years from now. Well, not 5 million, but like 1,000. So zero waste is not possible. That does not mean that we cannot try to reduce our waste, though. So if you've been in this area for any amount of time, you know the 5 R's. Refuse, reduce, reuse, rot, and recycle. These might be a little bit different than the order than you're used to, and there is a reason for that. Refuse is very, very simple, and yet one of the hardest things to do. We are taught, hey, it's free, take it. Usually those free things are not great for the environment. Are usually made of polyester or nylon or things that are not biodegradable or compostable. Choosing to consume less in your life in order to minimize the amount of waste. Refuse and reduce kind of go hand in hand. Reducing is you're just reducing the amount that you're coming in to reduce the amount of waste that you make. And also reducing, looking at the plastic and the packaging that everything is in. Reusing. This one is the most Pinterest worthy. You've all seen those ones that are like 15 ways to reuse wine bottles or 9 shocking ways to reuse pottery or anything like that. There is a lot, but reuse does not only mean that it is looking and finding ways around the need to go buy something new. Can you borrow something, use someone else's tool, or can you rent it instead of having to go buy a new one? It's just so important to look at the whole picture instead of just automatically being like, okay, I need to go buy this thing. Rot. Rot is just another one for compost. And the reason why this is above where recycle is, which is what used to be, is because we cannot recycle our way out of the plastic crisis. We just cannot. We've been sold on this idea from big companies who do not want to make the changes that these emissions come from. Recycling, yes, if you have it, recycle, but it is not the first one. In fact, it's the last one that you should be looking at. Zero waste is a journey no matter where you are. We will all have big flubs. We will all mess up sometimes. But one big thing, zero waste is not a mandate, nor is it a moral judgment on everyone and everything around you. So, why should I care? What possible difference can I personally do? There is the impending climate crisis. I mean, the climate crisis already exists, but we have that 2030, which is less than a decade away, of that no return date. It's environmentally friendly. While that can be a point of contention, that can be something that is used in greenwashing, which we'll get into in another episode, eco-friendly, when I talk about it on this podcast, is all that I mean is that you're aiming to reduce your impact on the environment as much as you can. Zero waste goes hand in hand with conscious consumerism. It helps you reprogram your mind so that instead of being like, ooh, shiny, you look at the shiny and be like, okay, well, do I need it? Is it something that I will use consistently? And after I'm done using it, where will it go? That helps you reprogram your mind so that you are a better consumer. And as a side benefit, you also end up with less to clean because it tends to lead to having less stuff. Many big businesses are not working on a zero waste model. They are not focusing on the impacts that their stuff is having on the environment, having on their local environment. So you can vote with your dollar. By buying small, not only are you going to help a small business person thrive, but also you're showing the big businesses that, hey, we don't like the shit that you're doing, so you need to stop or else you're going to see a mass reduction in profits. And my favorite, it saves money. I'm a frugal person, so I love the amount of money that it saves me each and every day. Thank you so much for joining me here at Zero Waste Simplified. It means so much that you chose to spend some of your time with me. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll get all new episodes as soon as they drop. You can find all resources and links mentioned in today's episodes at zerowastesimplified.com. Want some more eco-friendly living advice and stories in your life? Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest at Stella and Saul. Like what you heard? Rate and review the podcast in Apple Store or your podcatcher of choice, or share it with a friend. This is the best way to help the podcast grow and reach even more people with eco-friendly information and advice. See you next time.